Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing, and we are going to take a look at Minswap finally. I've done some videos on it, but not really have gotten really into it. Me personally, I believe Minswap is going to be one of the better dexes on Cardano long term. I really like the way that they've implemented it, and not just the product itself and the theme and all of that stuff, but the way they've made attempts to make things as fair as possible to basically get rid of the experience, the negative experience people have had up to this point with SundaySwap. And nothing against SundaySwap. I like SundaySwap. I use SundaySwap, but there were some things that happened, some things that do happen currently that kind of leave kind of a bad taste in some people's mouths. Not to say that, you know, it should have been a perfect launch. It should be a perfect DEX with nothing wrong with it, with no room for improvement. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Minswap knew. They foresaw things that they wanted to try to avoid completely instead of having that, you know, come to Jesus moment like SundaySwap has had on a few different instances. So what is Minswap? It is a multi-pool decentralized exchange on the Cardano blockchain where you can swap tokens. Their claim is that you'll be able to swap tokens at minimal cost, at minimal time, and maximum convenience. So it's going to work for the normie in an easy, adaptable way, affordable way, which is all the things that I'm all about, making things easy so that you can onboard easily and get into this world very easily, quickly, without much confusion, and also while being as safe as possible, as safe as you can be in a decentralized world. So I figure we take a look at the FAQ like we did with Mainnet. The tokenomics is a little bit different than they are with Mainnet. So let's take a look. The token launch and general information. Can you do an elevator pitch of Minswap? We aim to bring an innovative multi-model asset pool decentralized exchange to Cardano blockchain. Minswap aims to be the best liquidity provider on the market by integrating the best asset pool model from across the DEX ecosystem into one protocol. The combination of stable pools, multi-asset pools, and concentrated liquidity will benefit both traders and liquidity providers. Our tokens are fairly distributed without any private or VC investment. So this is the thing that really got me to pay attention to Minswap. It was my first experience. Actually, Mainnet and Minswap were both my first experience at the exact same time as far as delegation or ISPOs, where you take your Cardano token and you put it in a pool like you would normally do to stake for your Cardano rewards, but you also get a bonus in the form of an airdrop from the other protocol. So I staked my tokens in a Minswap FISO pool. I got my Cardano rewards like normal, and then I also was able to get an airdrop of Minswap tokens. Same thing with Mainnet. I'm staking in a pool right now with them, and then when they launch, they're going to have an airdrop where I get free Mainnet tokens based on how much I provided over how many epochs, etc. So I thought that that is a brilliant model. It is very easy to do. You stake your Cardano, you walk away and live your life like normal. You get your Cardano rewards, and then when it's time, you get your Minswap, you get your Mainnet, or whatever the protocol is participating in this style of airdropping. So how do you buy Minswap tokens? There are currently two ways to acquire Min tokens. Participate in our liquidity bootstrapping event, and you deposit ADA and you get an LP token back. Or you can swap on a DEX where Minswap tokens are currently traded, and that is SundaySwap. You can get them on SundaySwap right here. If you just go to the app, you can type in Min, and it'll pull up all of the pools that involve Min. So you can swap ADA for Min, you can swap ADA for Min here, and you can swap Min and Mint in 2 different pools here as well. So that's how you buy the Minswap tokens directly. If you want to skip all of the fancy smancy DeFi stuff, if you want to just buy it, you can. I'll do a video on, thinking around buying, acquiring Minswap, if it's a good deal or not. I'll make another video on that. Will the airdrop tokens on Testnet need to be converted to Mainnet when the Mainnet launches? This is just talking about, they have a Testnet app which you can access from their page. We're not going to talk about that too much. I've played around with it enough just to get familiar with it and see if I'll like it. I liked it. I like the design. I like the way it works. It works very similar to SundaySwap. But this is the good question here. How is Minswap different from upcoming DEXs on Cardano, such as SundaySwap, CardDex, or ErgoDex? Minswap offers a different approach. For instance, see the features highlighted in our white paper, such as multi-function liquidity pools, multi-pool routing, functioning as an on-chain price oracle, or automatic Babel fees redemption. We also focus more on building instead of fundraising. Interesting. However, since no DEX have launched, there have been. Minswap will focus on developing multiple kinds of AMM liquidity pools, or automatic market makers. So there's a couple of different styles of trading. If you are trading on Cardano using whether it's like Minswap or SundaySwap, if you haven't, I recommend doing that. Just take a couple of bucks. I mean, you don't even have to take a lot of money. You literally can do this with less than $20. Take 20 bucks and just get on SundaySwap and kind of, just play around with it and see how it works. Try SundaySwap, try Minswap to see if you like the differences between the two. I've personally done this as well, and that's why I've kind of sworn off Minswap. I do not like the open order book style. I call it eBay style trading. I do not like it. I like instant. I like to say, hey, I want to buy some Minswap tokens right now. What's the price? Cool, I'm buying it. I don't want to look at prices and go, okay, that looks like a good price. Submit an order and maybe it gets filled in the next month. I don't want to do that. I'm sure that there are people that want that style of trading. It's just not me. It's not for me. I don't like it. But let's see. Minswap aims to be at the cutting edge of Cardano DeFi. We pioneered ideas such as the FISO model, and I'll give them, this was a freaking success. This was awesome. The Mint token on our liquidity bootstrapping event, and plan to continue to do so with further novel initiatives like the IFO launchpad that allows other projects to launch their tokens safely without fearing IDO sniping bots. I think that's what happened with like SundaySwap. We will also have an SPO friendly delegation policy that helps the decentralization of the network. We aim to be the best platform for new projects to list their tokens and for their community to buy and support them. So I think, in the long run, I think Minswap is probably going to do okay. I think there's a lot of people in Cardano that feel very strongly about the core belief system, that feel strongly about decentralization, that feel strongly about single stake pools. And that's okay. Like, I've done videos in the past. It is okay to feel that way. It's also okay to be all right with multiple stake pool operators. I think there is a place for both. And I like having options. I'm a big fan of options. I'm not into this tribalism stuff that they're trying to push on Cardano, and by they, I mean the larger elder community. I get it. I understand where they're coming from, but I don't like being forced into doing something before I research it for myself and see what I like best. That's just my style of thinking. That's my style of community. Different people doing different things, and not a larger group forcing one thing on everyone else. I don't like that. So I think the fact that this DEX supports that ideology and serves that group of thinking, I think that is also a positive thing, because I also believe that they needed more of this. They needed projects to support that idea instead of just getting mad at projects that don't and telling people not to support them. I think that's just kind of evil in a way. I don't like that. I like I like, melting pots, like people kind of just existing, doing their own thing together in one big community, and no forcing of any kind. But I do appreciate that this group does kind of serve that idea, but also welcoming everyone else, because I don't feel that way, but I do like that they serve that. And that's cool. I think we need balance in that sense. So that's just something personally that I like about it. And it's mostly, it's kind of both. It's both business and kind of emotional at the same time, because it's building a fan base or a user base based on, an ideology, which is pretty cool. I like it. How can you support Minswap? You can follow their Twitter. You can join their Discord, and just participate in discussion and ideas and such. Are they developing a wallet, or will there be a MetaMask-like wallet for Cardano? Currently, Minswap DEX supports CC, Vault, Nami, Flint, Typhoon, and of course, Giro Wallet. Yay. Support for Yuri will be added later. I like Giro Wallet. I like Nami. I use Nami. I have Flint as well. I do not support CC Vault just because of the things that I saw their platforms getting into. What will be the price of Min token to ADA or to USD? Min is not pegged. No specific formula has been decided upon yet. Once the first LP is created, you can stake to earn it. So market forces will determine the price, like always. Supply and demand. Is there any restriction on the development funds? Yes, there will be multi-sig and withdrawal limit. So it will take most of the dev team in a long period of time to fully drain the funds. That's a good idea. Is there an official Telegram group? Our community discussion is held on Discord mostly, but they do have a Telegram channel for announcements. So they mostly just post announcements, overall large announcements. And then I think you can comment on those announcements, but there's not a ton of talking happening there. That's a MIPS thing. It's more technical. Okay. I think this might be a good one right here. Our team consists of 4 engineers with experience in big companies like Amazon, GHTK, and large open source projects, 1 marketing manager, and 2 designers. You can check our profiles on LinkedIn, GitHub, etc. on minswap.org. The project started around February, March 2021. When we were researching cryptocurrencies and Cardano, we found that there wasn't any DEX built on Cardano yet and decided to conceive one. There are many layer 1 platforms, but we found that Cardano has a good community that really cares about its ecosystem and decentralization, good technology, and researching approach. And we thought that if we chose Cardano as a layer 1 platform to build a DEX, it will definitely last. So they are definitely betting on Cardano, like the majority of us that are here right now, for all of the same reasons. Those are all good reasons. Implementation, attracting liquidity pools, and marketing. What model mathematical formula will your first available pools follow? First one will be like Uniswap v2, Uniswap v3. Concentrated LP is probably the next, if it proves itself well in Ethereum and we can translate it nicely into Cardano's ETUXO model, extended UTXO. As it keeps all good parts of the AMM while being close to an order book model in terms of capital efficiency. Later on, we'll expand to other liquidity pools such as stable swap pools or DMM pools. And trading interface will become like a pool aggregator that routes the trade through the most effective pool. So sort of like Orion. I feel like this is a more Cardano feeling Orion protocol. Orion protocol is very Ethereum like. It feels like Ethereum. It works on Ethereum. It's, nothing against Orion. I do have Orion tokens. I don't have a ton, but I do have Orion tokens. Just, for the ride. I don't really use Orion. It's very pricey because it's Ethereum. I did use a Uniswap last night, actually. Very complicated for a normie, for someone like if I were to tell my wife or something, or a family member that doesn't really have much experience with cryptocurrency, and I say, hey, buy this token on Uniswap. I mean, they'd have no idea what they were doing, and they wouldn't be able to figure it out. It's got a steep learning curve, like, and it's scary. and it's expensive to use. And that's the problem that I have with Ethereum. Cardano seems to kind of get rid of that. At least they're building to that point. So far, so good. It's pretty easy to use Sunday Swap. And Minswap is pretty easy to use, but I've only used it on Testnet, so we're waiting for it to go live still. Regarding Dexes, will you focus more on gamification, UX, marketing, like PancakeSwap, or like others, more on liquidity like Uniswap? Do we know what the initial focus for Minswap will be? This is a good question. Uniswap v3 is focusing on capital efficiency because they've gathered enough liquidity. The users can consist more of professionals and institutions, and they have a team highly experienced in Solidity and Ethereum to pull that off. Pancake is based on Uniswap v2, and they took some good ideas from Ethereum to implement on BSC, along with good UI, UX, and marketing to make it a well-rounded product. Minswap will most likely follow Pancake in the beginning, then go our own path, multi-pool capital efficiency afterwards. So this is more technical stuff. The question is asking, what direction are you going to go? Are you going to go the direction of Uniswap or PancakeSwap? And they said that they're going to take a few things from both, but more than likely go in the direction of a PancakeSwap, which is just kind of more geared towards us, like regular people, you know, not necessarily targeting directly big institutions, large capital. That's why I like Minswap. It's not super businessy. It's not super technical. It's easy to use. It's friendly looking. It's inviting. I like that. How do you market to people who have substantial liquidity to provide to the protocol? We are considering making the mint rate much higher, like 5x, 10x in the beginning, 2 to 4 weeks to attract more liquidity pools. This is similar to how a traditional business discounts when just opening. Early announcement plus large incentives for a short duration will suffice in the beginning to keep LP from withdrawing their liquidity after the high initial rewards. And we are considering a number of options: min multipliers for long-term early providers, NFTs, leaderboards, and other methods are being explored. That's neat. I didn't know that they were doing that, because I had a question about that, because I saw one of their people that operated their fair ISO. What is the benefit of them continuing to deal with Minswap, or should they take their money, cash their tokens out, say dump half their tokens on the market and keep half, and then just run off to the next DEX? What do they do to stop that from happening? And this definitely answers that. So glad I read through this. How will you do marketing? We plan to promote Minswap and attract users in a number of ways. Twitter will be the platform for big giveaways, community engagements, and most announcements can be found there first. Keep an eye on our Twitter page. Interviews on different YouTube channels, engaging with the Reddit community, and promotion in places where the crypto community gathers are all underway. I am personally have been more heavy on Reddit. So myself, there's a lot of good questions, and there's a lot of people on there and a lot of good questions being asked. So it's very easy for me to see what the pulse of the community is by checking out the Reddit. And I think Reddit's very important in the crypto space. Any plans for a smart contract audit? We definitely covered that story. Maybe I'll drop the video in the description if you wanted to take a look at the Twig announcement there. Will Minswap only be available to trade tokens built on Cardano? Will there be any ETH ADA pairs? Good question. Once it is ready, there will be ERC20 converter that helps bridge tokens from Ethereum and wrap assets to bring wrapped Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So we will be able to have ETH ADA pools. That's nice. Is it cross-chain DEX? We originally had an idea of a cross-chain DEX based on a Cardano when writing the white paper, but then figured that other projects are probably developing bridges in parallel while we develop the DEX, ERC20 converter, wrap asset, Thorchain. So we set that idea aside. When Minswap comes out, we'll use whatever bridge is available to trade assets from other chains. So like Milkomeda, Nomad, stuff like that. Is the code open sourced? Yes, most of the code is open sourced on GitHub. The smart contract code is private, of course, and will be open source once it's fully audited after mainnet launch. That's smart, because Sunday Swap didn't do that, and someone jumped the gun and was able to get a bunch of tokens for a super cheap price before everybody else was able to trade. So again, Minswap just seems to think of stuff ahead of time, or at least look at the mistakes that other projects have made and then learn from those and implement those, the idea and the lessons learned from those mistakes. So another A+ for Minswap. DEX for UTXO model security and tokenomics. Let's see if these questions are even worth it. Yeah, this is like technical stuff like hacking, different things like that. You guys probably aren't super interested in that. I think I've been doing a pretty good job of covering like the hacks that happen in the space. Not a lot of people ask questions about it. It's just my own personal curiosity, the different types of exploits and things to look for. Most people don't care about that stuff. But if you do, definitely let me know in the comments section. I'll continue to cover things like that. What are the tokenomics of Min? The tokenomics of Min, that's the one thing that I probably would say I didn't like about the project. I felt like the tokenomics weren't clearly explained. Advanced technicals, let's not, probably won't be going into this. Yeah, this is steep. But the tokenomics, Min token and Mint token, what was the total amount, the total supply, you know, when stuff's going to get released. I think I'm going to do another video covering the tokenomics, so we'll hold off on this part. I think this is a good video so far. Lots of stuff to cover, but I feel like this is a good introduction to, you know, what is Minswap, how does it work, where it came from, how did it come about, where is it going, and do I like it or not? I personally, of course, I like Minswap. I've invested my own personal money into it. I have Min and Mint tokens, albeit not a ton, just enough to get an idea of how it works. And if it explodes, you know, maybe make some money. Who knows? But I'm more into this stuff for the technology and learning it and teaching it and onboarding people that are interested in a low-cost, normie style way to get introduced to decentralized finance. So this is the Minswap project. Pretty cool. Next video, we'll talk about the tokenomics and what that means and what the Mint token is and what the Mint token is and how it's going to work. And then we'll talk about the liquidity bootstrapping event. I'm kind of looking at it, been monitoring it throughout the day, the last couple of days, seeing how much money is going into it. And we'll make a video talking about that as well. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notified when we upload new videos. Thank you again, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.